Did you pull up the chat and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just did that. Alrighty.
I'm trying my best not to be on my phone while we're doing this shit, but sometimes.
Alright, we're good.
Let's share that shit.
Let me share real quick. I'll do that.
Alrighty.
For a second, I thought you were singing the
We're good.
Cantina song from Star Wars, and I remembered.
Alrighty. Hey, you know what? Is the focus all right on the camera? I moved it a little bit earlier. It looks fine, right?
Looks a little.
A little blurry. You need your glasses?
That's good.
Okay. You're looking at me like I could tell. Okay. How's everybody's week?
It was good,
Yeah?
actually. Yeah.
What happened? What's so good about it?
So I went to the. I forget the name of the farm, but I went apple picking. Haven't gone in years.
Do you remember what city it was in?
Wasn't it Brooksby?
Yeah,
Where's that?
that's exactly what it was.
Where's that?
Danvers? No?
No.
Maybe not?
Ain't that the Connor farm? Thought we went to the Connor farm out in Danvers. I know that for sure, right?
Nah, it was cool. I learned that.
Peabody.
Peabody.
I learned that emus apparently like
Emus.
stealing
Emus.
apples.
Yeah.
Do they eat them whole?
Nah.
They break them was weird.
They chunk them.
Yeah, it was dope. I like supporting local businesses and stuff instead of giving money to like those billionaires who don't care. They
Yeah.
don't put it back to the city or anything.
Yeah, fuck them. That's what you're saying. That's where you're going, right?
Then I ate like
Fuck
pound of shellfish. It was awesome.
Same day?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Corey, anything?
Nope. Same shit as last week. Work.
Nah, this shit work.
Nah,
Go.
Corey was supposed to go with us actually though.
And then I got caught.
To what part?
To the shellfish eating.
Oh, hook and reel?
Yeah, hook and reel.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But I get it.
All right. So what about you?
Me? What was this week? Nothing. Work.
Brianna wanted
Nothing?
Corey to tell our boss that he had cramps and they were really acting up and it was a real tough day.
Huh? Who?
Me.
Oh no. Shush. Quiet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's none of my business.
I'm just saying.
Oh. Yeah. Hey Derek, what you do? Thanks, man. Thanks for asking, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? It's been a pretty.
Moving on. Next topic.
So did you guys?
It's been pretty.
Did you know? No. Yeah. I mean, I think it's been a pretty simple week for me too.
Actually, Kaylee went to dance today.
That's bullshit, Doug.
That's cool.
She
That's
did
cool.
really well.
Yeah, no, really. I didn't do much this week. Kind of just worked. Yeah, just worked and shit. Really,
You adulted.
yeah, because the Patriots didn't play. They don't play until
Monday.
So no Thursday. I watched the Thursday night game, but it's cool. Well, long enough. Let's jump into something. So to start off, what did we agree? Oh, we're gonna talk about a Tatiana Jefferson. And for those of you who do not know, we will pull up an article real quick. I believe it was in Texas. I want to say Dallas, but I could be wrong.
I do want to listen to
It was Dallas, Texas.
It was Dallas, right?
Yes.
Fort Worth, yeah. Dallas.
So yeah,
Texas.
Tatiana Jefferson was at home when a police officer went in her backyard onto her property, seen her through the window,
wellness check.
seen her through the window, and murdered her. Simple as that. It was murder. There is
Mhm.
no gray area, no what ifs, no simple murder. If you do not think it's that, you can look at the video itself. The video lies there. Now the proof lies in the video. What I will give you now is the background. Are you aware of it?
I know how it went down
So-
with the shooting.
What happened
I don't-
leading up to it?
I know that from what I understand, there was noise, and the neighbors had called for a wellness check.
Yeah, I didn't hear there was noise.
From what I hear, there was some activity
The neighbor next door.
that made
Found that the door was
The door was open.
for over
That's what
2
it was.
hours.
No, long. It sort of. I'll give it to you guys. So what happened was
I thought there was some kind of
the neighbor next door, who was actually his his sister lived across the street on the same side as Tatiana.
Okay.
So he's like he knows them. You know what I mean? Like they're neighborly. And he said it's not normal. So he called the non-emergency line and said this is it's not normal for her to have her door open for so long, from like 10 o'clock. And when he called, it was almost 3 a.m. And he said it's not normal for her to have it open and the lights are on. He said I just want to make sure that everybody's okay, basically. And so when the cop arrived, the cop pulled over and parked down the street around the corner and walked to the house. Now, if this is a wellness check, protocol is that you pull up to the front of the house with the lights on, with your lights on, so that it's known you are there. So now to this woman, so let's go through it. So the cop walks down the street from around the corner, gets to the house, probably like checking the perimeter, flashing his lights through windows, and works his way into the backyard. Now you can see this on the body cam. You can probably find this on many websites. On the body cam, you see him walking from the front of the house along the side to the back and reaches the back gate. Opens the back gate, flashes his light to the right, flashes it to the left, walks into the backyard some, and as he goes to keep, investigating and looking, he looks and sees in the window that there's somebody in the window. In the matter of, like, it all happened so quick. He already has his gun drawn too as he walked in the backyard. Mm-hmm. So when he sees the person in the window, he goes, freeze, pop. So it's literally freeze, put your hands up, boom. There's no time to react on either side. There's no time for him to have said he gave enough time for the person to respond. However, now, people's argument that I have had, or people I've talked to, their argument was, but he didn't know who was in the window. All right. Do you not think...
You have to identify yourself. You're a cop.
He never identified himself as a police officer either. He just said, put your hands up. Boom. That's it. Literally, it's in the body cam. Now, what I heard, I don't know exactly how true it is, but it's been reported in multiple articles that I had checked out and read. The original footage that they released to the public was cut, right? So it was cut in a light of some sort. So that means that there was some angle that they were approaching, right? These articles that got the full video said it's worse than what we see. So that means that they try to paint it in a light that could favor the cop. Now, what I will say is this new mayor, whoever's there, said that it's not going to be tolerated and stuff and act fast. My problem with this is there's already a precedent that's been set. Because these circumstances, these situations are different, but also the same. The worst thing is that Amber Geiger was in the guy's house.
Give me 1 sec. Because there's a detail that is important. And,
I don't want to talk.
She had a gun drawn.
Who did?
The lady
in the house.
Yeah.
In her
house.
They don't care because she heard noise.
Yeah.
And she was protecting
her
nephew.
Check that.
Can we look at the picture of the gun?
Yeah, no. That's fine. She's in her house.
No, the court's already
decided. There's a problem that I have though. They
One
never
sec.
showed the gun in the body. Sorry.
The court already said
her 8-year-old
she was
nephew
within her defense
told
to
forensic
have that
investigators.
gun. So anyone who says she was armed doesn't matter. She heard somebody in her backyard. She took her weapon and went to identify if it was a threat. And he pulled the trigger.
You heard that? Shit, my bad, guys.
It said she did have a gun, but it said that her nephew is the one who told the forensic investigator that he was playing Call of Duty with her at around 2 a.m. Saturday morning when she heard a commotion outside. He said Jefferson retrieved a handgun which she legally owned from her purse. She raised her gun, pointed it toward the window. That was when she was shot dead.
But she was within her right.
She went through all the pathways and whatnot to get the gun the right way and own it legally. And even then, she was at home with her nephew at 3 a.m. And the problem is that this was
he never ID'd himself. If you go to
somebody's house,
right? But do you know how they demonize and they
Derek, if you go to somebody's house at 3 o'clock in the morning, look in their window, and they got a gun, and you shoot them, you're gonna get charged with murder. So what's the difference?
That's what we're saying.
I know.
So
what's the difference?
No, here's where.
But at that point, she didn't know.
No, they're saying.
Who didn't know?
At that point, he never identified himself as a cop.
No, exactly.
So
Right.
He's
so
it was never.
That's what we're saying. She was within her right.
Yeah,
so in this situation, right, the way it's going is that she's at home, doesn't know who it is, doesn't know who's on her property. I say her property because she lives there. I don't know if she owned the house or whatever, but she lives there, so she has the right to be there. Now, this guy, a police officer, walks on the property who's there for a wellness check, which he should have approached the front door.
Right.
To be honest,
protocol's there to protect you.
So,
and if you don't do it,
and that was the biggest thing that the police chief said, is that he violated protocol on 3 different things. One was like the firearm safety, and there was like 2 other ones.
To trigger.
No, I think it was just a matter of like how fast he shot. He said, "Put your hands up." Boom.
Absolutely didn't identify himself as a
he said, "Put your hands up. Show me your hands." And then he
I don't know about the show me your hands part. That was after he shot.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
You can't see her. You can't see her.
Your nose is super nasally.
Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. So
But even if he did say, "Show me your hands," stop right there, whatever.
Yeah.
He still shot right after.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So this woman, she looks in her back window and then gets shot.
Because a thief could say the same thing. Show me your hands. Don't move.
Yeah.
I, as a thief, compliance is the number one thing you want.
So I'm gonna ask the question and then you guys give me your answer and then I'll throw out what I also think too. Okay. So now with this being said, knowing that it's a new mayor taking this on, should the mayor make an example out of this guy?
Absolutely.
When Amber Geiger, who also is in Texas,
same cities?
I don't know about same city, but it's still same
mayor
state.
And governor are different.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's still like they're close enough in the fact where they all are under the same umbrella of law, right? Yeah. It's all Texas, right? So my question would be, do you feel that this mayor or whoever should make a example out of him, but Amber Geiger is only getting 10?
I absolutely think the mayor should step in, make an example of him. Not in my city. That would be what I would try to say.
Yeah, yes.
He can't.
So what do you mean? He should give more years to him?
I absolutely think well, this is murder. Like cut and dry.
Amber Geiger wasn't?
No, it was. I even at the end of the thing.
So Amber Geiger was cut and dry murder.
I can't control
what a manslaughter.
What that mayor did. You see what I'm saying?
Can't control what man?
What the mayor from the
no.
Oh yeah, no. Okay.
If the governor wanted to step in, then I should be like, okay, now he should deal with the Amber Geiger too.
Like, pull your mic up so you don't have to lean.
But if the governor steps in, the governor controls the whole state. Yeah. The mayor only controls one city. You see what I'm saying?
I want to say it's the mayor. I could be wrong.
If the mayor steps in, absolutely not in my city. If the governor tried to step in, well, where were you during the Geiger case?
Exactly.
You see what
So you're for it or against it?
I'm absolutely for the mayor giving this guy the maximum. It's cut and dry, and the dude's like.
Same. Again, I'm in for it.
Okay.
Yes, he should definitely get the max.
Okay. Now, a lot of the time when we talk or when I'm talking to you guys, I try my best to not have race involved in the situation, right? And I recently listened to someone on a podcast. I forgot who it was, but the guy, he represented Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown, and other victims from police brutality or whatever. And the way he was talking, it made me realize, just because I'm coming from a good place when I say we don't need to put color or race into the situation, I'm just as bad as the guy on the sideline not helping at all. You know what I mean? And in this sense, I don't mean it to weaponize either side at all. But what I will say is that I, as a black man, I need to also make it clear that we shouldn't allow these things to happen or things like we have to use our voice and whatever and work together as a people. Now, a lot of the times, and I had this conversation at work, how many times in your life have you been thrown in the category of black American by someone who is foreign black?
Almost every day at work.
And I hate to throw it out there, but I always tell them, I'm like, yo, we still die by the same bullet. And they're like, oh snap. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. You might be from wherever, and I'm from here. I was born here. But we are still black in this system.
Yeah, also, the people who don't like you because you're black don't see you as, oh, you're African, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. You're just
black.
I
just want American black. No, that's not how it works.
What I will say at the same time is that with my view on that being changed, my feeling towards, wrong is the same. But I'm not going to sit here after 2 murders occur where these people were killed in their houses. I just remember before, 2-3 years ago, we were saying they're out here killing us in the streets. Well, now you're out here killing us in our homes. It's gonna like
you're just out here killing us.
Yeah.
Like it's open season. It's open season.
That's what the book was called too. The guy wrote a book like Open Season on something.
Yeah.
But I need to change my stance on that in the sense where I'm gonna approach it as honest on my like to me like my truth, but at the same time clean where it's not gonna be loading any side or weaponizing my words, nothing like that.
It's because it's like it feels like it's kind of fueling their agenda.
No, it's not a matter of no. It's like
just saying how I see it.
Oh yeah, it's like more so the absence of my support is or could be seen as me helping. Where that's not well. No, at no point would I push or minimize the damage of any kind of oppression or any kind of I don't want to say sovereignty, but it's kind of like you just running everything. Like it's basically what it is. Like, and I won't like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain other than like I just got to do better on my stance of that conversation. You know what I mean? Because I at no point will I not support a black business, black person, or whatever. I also don't feel like we should be just getting gunned down or anybody should be getting gunned down. Yeah. But we also like that's what I wanted to say. Damn, bro, I'm everywhere. Me not taking a stance on the police killing people or black people or white people killing black people or anybody or whatever negative thing happened to black people and me trying to take the color out of it is just as bad as me saying all lives matters when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. You know what I mean? Like people who were saying all lives matter may not have meant it like, oh, not just black people matter. No, it's not what we're saying.
It's like whataboutism.
No, they just didn't.
It's not what we're saying. I'm saying black people do matter. Let's also have that in this conversation. Yeah. That's what Black Lives Matter was about initially. Yeah. Is that we count too.
Simple as that. The people who made All Lives Matter were they had their own agenda.
Weren't they part of like the Antifa group and shit?
No.
They're the ones who did the frog. Was it Pepe? Wasn't them?
Yeah, I think so.
No, the same people.
Yeah, but their agenda was like these black people are trying to separate or say that they're better than us. And that was never what it was, but they knew that. No. They knew exactly what it was. They just wanted to make a story to demonize the Black Lives Matter movement. So my question would be, when they said that she brought or had a gun, were they trying to throw it out there like she was armed?
Yeah, like he saw a gun, so he reacted.
But there's no way that motherfucker saw nothing.
But the court
there's no way. Watch the video.
So what? The court didn't.
There's no fucking way you saw a gun.
But it doesn't matter. Even if you did see a gun, she's inside her house. She thought you were a robber or something. You never told her. You never once said Dallas police or Fort Worth police. So at that point, what the fuck is somebody doing outside my nephew's window at 3 a.m.?
He should have.
And that's basically what they're all agreeing with right now.
First is that it should have been a wellness check, and he should have been at the front door and approached through the house.
Yeah. So the storm doors were closed.
Yeah.
Just the front doors, like the doors were open.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna drink it yet. Yeah. So, I mean, anybody else want to throw out their take or feelings on what other information they may know about it? Go for it, man. Like, the conversation needs to be had where it's open. Like, you could. I kind of see the trend is gonna start coming. We're gonna start here. We're gonna hear more people are being gunned down in their homes and stuff. Well, and the thing is,
we're in the middle of the we're just in the middle of the trend. Like, you know what I mean? This is just the next step in it. It's already been happening.
Yeah, you guys remember the guy that they killed that was mentally challenged?
Yep. Yeah, they shot. Yeah, they shot.
And that was several, a wellness check.
This isn't even the first time that someone been shot doing a wellness check.
Yeah, the actress that I posted up a cup that was in ER, I think it was. She was the story kind of doesn't make sense because it's talking about how they went there for a wellness check. Somehow she was having a stroke. Then she picked up a gun, so they shot her. Seizure. Yeah. So then they shot her because she picked up a BB gun. But you guys are there on a wellness check, so you guys know that she has mentally challenged issues.
What was that?
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know.
Oh, I thought there was some music on the computer or something.
I don't know.
That's just wild, man.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll hit it with some WD-40 later.
Give it some lube. Nah, it's the
bottom. Down at the bottom. Loosen the screw at the bottom. Yeah. Okay.
It's just
what's up?
when you call a cop on a black person, you need to understand what you're like doing.
Oh, and just think about how the neighbor feels.
But,
I know,
exactly.
but that's what I'm saying.
But that's what
scary.
you're told to do.
Yeah.
Because if he went over there.
No, but he was thinking. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody's okay.
But I'm saying if he went over there, then it would be a whole nother conversation in the sense that they'd be like, "You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to call the police."
Yep.
And he did what he was supposed to do.
And then the cop handled it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You handled it wrong.
Like, think about what these cops are basically, the message they're putting around.
Yeah.
You call 911 to get help, and I might kill your neighbor.
Okay, so I'm having an issue with this, and I want you guys to. I'm gonna throw it out there like that. Okay, so in the Amber Geiger case, I'm sorry, but they set the precedent. This guy was in his home, and she killed him, and got only 10 years, and was hugged, and had her hair rubbed, and all that. Right?
Yeah.
That's the precedent that has been set, and I said that
he's out on bail.
Yeah, right now, but he's gonna get locked up.
He's
for
going
sure.
to jail.
He got fired already.
But he's gonna get 5 to
sorry.
7?
He stepped down.
Yeah,
I don't think
10 to 12.
I don't think
who
so.
the cop? No, he's gonna get life.
No.
Or like 15
no
to
10
20
to
or something like that.
And it sounds like he's being antagonistic with this whole.
You might want to double that.
So, here we go. Ready?
He'll get out.
No, he'll get out. He'll probably
get
do
out.
like 15 to 20.
But he's going to jail for some time.
That's all I wanted for Geiger. Give her fucking 15, 20, 25 for life, whatever. I'm gonna keep going. Is it 45, 60?
Death?
65? Nah, I want to say death. But.
Depending on how this mayor acts out.
Dallas, they have capital punishment, right?
I think so.
They have the death penalty out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Amber Geiger only getting the 10 years, what do you think should be this man's sentence?
Life.
But Amber,
why? She only got 10.
You're talking about a completely different circumstance altogether.
in this situation,
I
would personally, I would think this cop who was outside looking in and just seen someone in the window after they got a call or whatever is more understandable, not justifiable.
Yeah.
Understandable for a mistake to be made of seeing a weapon or something.
Yeah.
This woman, Amber Geiger, was in someone else's house and killed him in his house.
And then stopped doing CPR.
Oh, yeah.
And
You know what just came out?
What I told you last week was, depending on either one, if it was manslaughter or murder, they should have gone all in because there was no leeway.
Yeah.
So if we're going with murder with Amber Geiger, I said life.
Yeah.
And if I'm going with murder with this guy, I say life.
Yeah. So did you guys know Amber Geiger had racial text messages on her phone?
Oh,
no. Between her and the guy. Can you look it up? I don't want to say the wrong things that were said, but I know it was some shit about how she hates, I don't know if she said monkey or some shit. She said wild shit.
Her neighbor, the racist monkey?
No, she's talking to the other police officer that she was messing with.
But who's she talking about?
Black people.
Black people. Yeah.
Because her brother also took pictures. They took pictures at a family thing, and the brother was doing white supremacy signs and shit.
I've heard this.
I was like, what? I'm like, yo, how the fuck this case just get brushed under mad quick to 10 years? Where now you got a racial motivation.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Texas.
I that's thrown out as
Texas.
Listen, as much as they want to try and throw hate crime out real quick.
No, I agree
So
that this should have been.
Oh, she's talking about Martin Luther King.
The answer is Texas.
Listen.
So she was talking about the Martin Luther King Day Parade.
Yep.
And so this was in 2015. A person in the chain asked, "When does this end?" And she wrote, "When MLK is dead." Oh wait. And then they're going back and forth, and then she says in March of 2018, with the married police officer, who's her partner, who she was fucking.
Who was tagging
she
that
mocked
shit.
the black officers and said, "Damn, I was at this area with 5 different black officers. Not racist, but damn." And then she said, "Not racist, but just have a different way of working, and it shows."
I love how when racist people say, "I'm not racist."
Yeah. Come on.
I'm not racist,
that doesn't make
I
sense
have a
to me,
black friend.
And then it said that somebody offered to give her a dog. And she said, although
I hope it's a racist dog.
So the person said, although she may be racist, then Geiger said, "I wish I could have one, but not in this apartment. Smaller than my old one. It's okay, I'm the same."
Yeah.
Like
saying she wanted a racist. Shit. She wishes she had a racist dog. Like, how the fuck do you not mention that shit to the media and all that shit? Like, why is this starting to come out on the later side? When was that published? Do we know? That article?
This was published October 2nd, 2019.
And when was the case closed? Do we know? Or when was it going on? Because I feel like that wasn't mentioned enough.
October 11th, I think, is when she got sentenced.
Bullshit. Because why was that not? Do you guys feel you heard that in the news at all? I was looking.
I never heard that. I never heard that in the trial. I was watching the whole thing.
Oh no, same day.
I watched the whole trial.
October 2nd, she was found guilty.
So October 2nd is when CNN released that. I'm assuming. Okay.
I was watching that shit
but
live.
Here's the thing: the judge has all power to decide what kind of evidence can be brought in.
Yeah, but that's the problem because this judge clearly did not show the racial, like what potential racist motives.
I have a question.
What?
You know how?
I said racist. I meant racial.
You know how? Racist. Do you feel as though this judge is doing this because she feels like if she reacted a different way, they're gonna be like, it's because she's black?
I was gonna say
nope.
No, once you're in the law system, like, once you control the law, your race disappears.
I'm sorry. It should have been the other way.
You're moving an agenda when you.
You mean like if she hit her with the hammer?
She should have hit her with the hammer because she's black.
But then would that have given?
Do we ever say that with white judges doing it to black people?
No, and that's what I'm saying.
We just say, that you shouldn't have did the crime.
As a black judge and someone in that seat that had the power, you should be sick and tired of these cops shooting and killing black people. In that case, I mean, should we name them? You know what I mean? No. It's too many. It's so many to name. But in that case, you're the black person. Never mind if you're a female or male, but you have the power. Give the fullest extent that you can.
They have the power. They have to keep the status quo. Guess who the power is enforced by?
But that's where color shouldn't matter. If you're a judge, if anybody, right? It doesn't matter. So she obviously is. She should have been more invested because she's a black female. But is she coughing? She good?
Kayla, you okay?
But it shouldn't have mattered if she killed a white person. She still should have.
Where'd you get that candy?
Right there, babe. I gave it to her. Kaylee, stay right there. You know what I mean? Like, even if Amber Geiger shot and killed an innocent white person, it shouldn't matter. She should have still got the same penalty. Like, she still should have got life in my eyes, regardless.
Yeah.
But for her not to have thrown the book at her is weird.
I'm just tired of. I'm tired of the narrative. Like
black,
it's like
white or Asian. A judge's job is to make sure that the cops who enforce the laws that they write feel safe.
I agree with that. That the cops enforce the law
that they write. So no matter
who feels safe? Did the cops feel safe?
Cops feel safe.
But they're not even.
That's how it's set up. You mean?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Of course.
It doesn't matter if this judge is black, white, or Asian. It's a judge.
California just passed a law or a bill that the cop now has to prove, not judge. You can no longer just justify. You have to prove I needed to shoot my weapon at this time. They don't care if you killed them or you just shot them in the leg or even if you missed. Why did you shoot your gun? So now we're talking accountability, and we should do that. Should go everywhere. That should become a federal thing. You know what I mean?
The only reason why California does all these things because they're very liberal. Like they're very
super sassy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that negatively. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. But
yeah. So personally, I
everything's catching up to California.
I'm tired of hearing about black people being killed out here. I'm tired of hearing about people being killed out here wrongly and all that shit. Like all this stuff needs to get put down. Like just chill the fuck out. And in all honesty, we need to let go of these fucking scary ass police officers. Like if you're scared to do your job, don't be a fucking cop or go push papers.
I'm desensitized to it. It's so sad.
That's the problem.
I'm like again.
Yeah, the defense. I was afraid of my life. Sorry, the defense. I was afraid for my life can only last so long. We heard how many cops say it. You heard a cop say it to somebody. It didn't like the dude telling you I can't breathe.
Here's a fucked up thing. It's true. They were fearing for their lives because they program it.
They program that black people are.
They're trying to kill you every day when you make a stop. Every time you try to check in to see if someone's okay. They're trying to kill you.
But I feel like a lot of the times, like a lot of these shootings, don't make any fucking sense.
Cause they don't.
What do you mean the shootings don't make sense?
So I was just reading, and it was saying, I don't want to lie.
Damn.
And they trained the cops
So
wrong.
it said the death of Willie McCoy. You guys heard of that?
No.
The guy that was shot 55 times by 6 police
Yes,
officers.
I do remember that.
While asleep in his car with a gun on his
On
lap.
his lap.
The door's locked.
Yes, I remember.
It was at 7-Eleven or something.
Yes.
So you all just emptied your
Unload.
clip.
And he's sleeping. You're telling
No,
us
no,
that
no.
he's sleeping.
And reloaded.
How many cops?
6.
6 cops. How many bullets?
55.
How many bullets come in?
Was it 7?
8,
8?
No.
9.
No.
It depends.
No.
Standard issue.
They have extended clips.
Standard issue is 10 to 12, I think, for them.
Okay.
No, they have
10,
extended
20,
clips.
30, 40, 50.
Yeah, they have extended clips.
I think it's
Somebody
10 to 12.
somebody reloaded.
Somebody reloaded.
Somebody reloaded.
No, some of that you gotta.
My weed.
I don't know about this one.
But
I remember
okay,
that shit,
but
yeah.
But
even
some of
then,
them have 25
Okay.
like clips.
But even
It's
then,
ridiculous.
What?
Even then.
It's the standard pistol.
why
I
in
don't
the
think so.
fuck
Look,
did 5?
What
So
standard pistol
so
has
one
20?
cop,
No,
right?
for cops,
If
look
one
it up.
listen, if one cop thought
15.
they were all in danger, why the fuck did everybody just shoot like we were at war?
Because cops are trained to escalate, not de-escalate now.
Okay, so then they all should have been in trouble.
So they all, no, because they
He's right. A Glock 22, 15 rounds.
yeah. They like
So motherfuckers did pull shots.
it's crazy. Their standard weapons are ridiculous. That's why they don't let them use 6-shooters.
In general,
Like they're not even allowed to carry revolvers anymore.
It's
Between
so
7 and
fucked, man.
18 bullets. But it's still them shits. It's
It's
like y'all
so-
motherfuckers
it's-
shot him 55
it's
times.
More
And
than
he was
you need.
sleeping.
Sleep.
But they're trained to be scared.
And he probably had the gun on his lap, so people walking by would be like, I ain't fucking with
Why
him.
is he asleep? What drug is he on? He has the gun. He's
I-
unpredictable.
What I remember because that's what they approached him with. Like they knocked on the window and they said, "Oh, are you intoxicated?
So,
Are you high?"
I will tell you.
He's
exactly,
like, "Man, I'm just sleeping."
Brianna, I will tell you exactly how it goes.
You can actually find that video too.
Think rationally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then do the opposite. So you see a man sleeping. Okay, he had the gun in his lap. Why?
him in the head.
case something goes wrong. Unrational now.
I feel like
Why is he sleeping? What is he on? He's high. He's unpredictable.
He's like PCP.
He's gonna use that gun to kill my
It's
friends.
It's mad.
Exactly.
Like you said though, they are.
Quick.
You got to realize in America, I can at least say in America, there's a system in place for sure. There is a system in place. Now in that system, there is little I don't say what do you call that when you do like messages, like hidden messages, subliminal messages,
Yeah.
and propaganda that is pushed through media, be it kids shows, even later in like the sitcoms we watch.
They don't even hide it anymore sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
just
it's just
bullshit.
blatant, but also you see it most of the time. You see it somewhere on TV or hear it somewhere on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
You watch
And-
Fox or CNN?
They
just tell you it.
not so much CNN. CNN is
CNN just tells you the opposite.
yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
still
yeah.
have someone's agenda.
Yeah, no, 100%. I was saying more so like the demonization of black people
Yeah.
is what I was
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
they demonize the rich in CNN.
Are they not them? Isn't
But-
that the they?
But what I'm saying is they just
Isn't the rich the they, the them? Like
it's-
the elite ain't
it's
that them?
it's still the us versus them rhetoric.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the opposite side.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but I was speaking more so just on the demonization of black people in this situation because in this conversation we're talking about how black people are being killed and murdered out here. Say it again.
Go ahead, keep pressing it. Oh, I thought they could hear it.
They probably can, but yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, in a lifetime we won't be able to help change anything. And right now we're starting to swing the wrong way. We're going back to open season as it was called. You know, like on unarmed black people or even legally armed black people. Fuck, I forgot what. So one of you guys said something while you were talking, and it reminded me. Oh, Corey, with the they said they're in fear of their life. Tell me one time, and I'm not saying because I don't know, but tell me one time in recent history where a black person tried to use stand your ground and got it, and it worked for them.
I can't tell you when he got it, but I can tell you last time he tried.
It was Kevin Gates when he kicked the bitch in the chest.
Yes, and he couldn't get that.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
And he told her multiple times to stop.
The
She
cops
was sexually
that's
harassing
not
him.
standing his
Grabbing him by the
ground.
dick.
She was molesting him.
So,
yeah, and he
here's-
kicked her. That's not standing your ground.
when he I think he was in Texas too. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was Texas
It was
when he was
Texas, yeah.
there.
So your ground's not for black people.
Of
Yeah,
course not.
exactly.
Of
That's
course
silly.
not. Of course
You're
not.
being ridiculous. So
If a black person is in their house,
Yeah.
and the police officers come up for whatever reason,
Who they robbed to get that house?
no,
yeah,
Would.
Stand your ground and apply?
No. Would it be wrong if they started shooting at the police? Because God knows I'm going to kill you before you kill me?
We can't do that.
That's still wrong.
Yeah.
No, even, look, in this situation, let's take race out. I don't give a fuck who you are. Do not just start shooting at the police that are coming up to your door. That is not a good idea.
That's right.
More times than not, you're losing that fight.
I saw that shit on live PD.
Remember.
Oh, yeah.
You're not talking about just the police that are walking up that door, up those stairs. You're talking about the police. So they coming with SWAT. They coming with the fucking military police. They all coming, man.
Yeah.
Even if you're right, you're still a person who shot at the police. You think they're gonna forget that?
Yeah, and I'm starting to feel more so like policing our own cities and neighborhoods is what we need to really start trying to aim for.
Like on some kick ass shit.
No, I just mean like even if it's bringing back like some sort of it don't got to be a neighborhood watch, but some sort of a patrolling of our own streets, because
we're invested.
Just as much as these guys are out here pumping whatever they're pumping, why aren't you guys just making sure shit's all right? Like back in the day, that's what it was. Like if you were outside, if someone needed help, you would help somebody.
But
you know what I mean?
But if jobs were easier to get, if school was easier to obtain, like college, then half of these people wouldn't need to sell drugs, do whatever they're doing to provide a...
Also, if you could make a living off of just your job.
Yes. Me and Derek get 2 incomes and we're still like, God damn. Like, that shit is crazy. So, yes.
The average American can't even, like, pay off an unexpected $500 bill.
No.
If you get a bill of over $500, you're fucked. Life should not be like
that.
that.
If I get an unexpected $100 bill, I ain't paying that.
Like, life should not be that.
If I get an unexpected bill,
you're gonna have to wait.
You gotta wait.
Like, when was the last time you were like, oh, I could just blow this check?
It's like, bro, it comes up every month. What do you mean?
Like your whole check, you can just blow it.
When? 2011?
What was the last time that happened?
Be?
Nah.
The last time I spent, I had to check that I can spend the whole thing,
and not worry about it coming back on you later.
I can't tell you that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
So what we were just talking about, like the drug dealers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. What are you guys feeling on how now marijuana is legal?
I think all drugs should be legal.
I think.
Hold on. Can I go where I'm going first?
Oh,
yeah. Fuck. Damn it.
Do you know where I'm going?
I think I know where you're going.
All right. Let me go then. Can I go?
Everybody was thinking.
Can I go?
Was thinking.
All right.
Say it at the same time. No, don't.
Let's say it at the same time.
Ready? Tickles.
And Yashm. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, you guys fucked me up. Oh,
it was Corey.
Weed being legalized now, and now the government is able to tax marijuana and make money off of marijuana. What are your feelings and thoughts on
release everybody in prison on marijuana charges? Boom.
People who are in prison because of marijuana charges.
I didn't know that's where you was going.
Free them all,
man. Know what I was gonna say?
Turn us down. We're peeking a little bit.
Especially because most people arrested from marijuana charges were non-violent offenders. I'm
talking about the non-violent petty marijuana charges.
Yeah.
They were non-violent offenders.
Like, are you talking like you moving kilos and shit? Like motherfucker, you was trafficking.
And if you killed a couple bodies to get those, that's what
that's different.
Well, no. Even if you didn't kill nobody, if you're pushing that much, if you're moving that much, you're trafficking. That's different. If it was just like you on your street selling a couple bags or something, why the fuck are you locked up?
Wait, time out. Hold on. Wait.
No.
That's a good. I want to jump on that. That's a good one. Now, are you saying that if you're with trafficking, you should be treated as you would be a violent offender?
No,
you should be treated as a trafficker of whatever.
So just in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like, there's a difference between being on a street corner selling a couple things to keep afloat, right? Because most people who are selling drugs to stay afloat and pay their bills.
Nope.
Right? Huh?
Nobody wants to be in the street.
Yeah, no, they're selling so that they can pay their bills and feed their family or whatever. Yeah. Right now, the government is doing what? Taxing it to be able to pay whatever they need to pay, right? Because when taxes come, they take it and put it where it needs to go.
The only reason why weed is now legal and it's being taxed by the government is because the government is like, oh shit, we're tanking. We need more money.
We closed. Shit, the government done closed like 7 times in the last year.
We need money.
Listen, let's be honest.
Start selling drugs.
The war on drugs is a complete and utter failure.
It's pointless.
The war on drugs
the war
on drugs, fighting wars.
The war on drugs worked.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did what it was supposed to do.
What was the demographic that was targeted?
No. I'm talking about
Black males.
the money that they're spending on the war on drugs.
That's not what it was about.
It was about,
They were willing to throw whatever money it counted mattered.
So you want the whole thing, not what they tell you.
No.
What it really was.
The war on drugs
was to get paid for prisons.
And what has happened?
They got paid for prisons.
What even better? Which would be who? The elite,
monopolizers.
the rich people.
No. So okay.
Because now you can own a prison,
drugs,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So being able,
did you guys hear about them?
So
doing that with
hold on. So being able to own a prison,
privatize the prison. That's what it's called.
So now you have a prison, and you can make money off of that prison. So what do you need now?
You need prisoners.
Prisoners. What will help you get prisoners fast?
War on drugs.
Criminalizing everything.
Making rules on things that people use because we already took out the industry the factories and shit. Mm-hmm. Where were the factories in the inner cities most of the time? So you were able to go work a 40-hour job, pay for your house, feed your family, and have some money left over
to do whatever.
Back then. Once they deindustrialized the inner city, what happened? Crime went up. Shit tanked. There was no longer money in education as much in the inner cities.
Well, that's what they did.
The war on drugs targeted what?
Inner cities.
Cocaine. Not any kind of drug, but more so cocaine, weed, heroin, whatever. Who was moving most of that stuff?
The white people.
Minorities.
Who was moving that stuff?
Minorities.
Really, Brianna? What the fuck? You was with me, but what happened?
They were selling
They're the ones who are giving it to them.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
The police are giving it to them.
The police were giving it to them.
Blandon
no, it wasn't the police. It was
It wasn't the suburbans.
I want to say it was the FBI or CIA.
That was the initial one. They got the recipe from.
With the contracts and shit.
Where'd they get the initial recipe?
From the rich.
No, it was cooked up in the lab.
Nicaragua.
I don't know.
It's cooked up in a science lab.
They funded it. Oh
my God! Stop talking.
You shut your mic off.
You ended up. You over there yelling white people. Bitch, you was with me and tell them.
It is white people.
You want to know something crazy?
Who was selling? Who was moving that stuff? Who was it?
Black people.
But what'd you say?
Like, I meant like. I thought. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I thought it was a trick question in the sense that you were like, "Who was really doing it?"
Why was he trying to trick us? He's trying to prove a point.
Because that's what Derek does.
No, it's not.
Point.
We talking. No.
But,
No.
So I want to tell you something ridiculous about this privatized prison.
He was moving his tongue.
Apparently, they put cocaine.
So with privatized prisons, right?
And what?
There's a quota of prisons that the state is obligated to have the prisons filled with, and if the state does not meet that quota, the people who own the prisons can fine the state. So you can get a legal fine.
You already typed
for
it?
not having. Like
it's up there.
10,000 prisoners.
Yeah.
So if you're doing your job and crime's down, you actually have to pay money.
Yeah.
So yet again, you feel that the war on drugs did not work?
Not the way they were selling it.
Because they have to make it appealing or understand or something that you can relate to the general public.
The community.
But the general public that they were really trying to make, it's all right, I get it, would be upper middle class to rich white people. Let's be real.
The same way they
because even the upper middle class black people, even though it was not as many, but there were.
Are still black.
They're still black, so they're still able to be victims. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying is the narrative that you or what you were just saying is. When I was going at it, I was talking about the actual motive behind it was to take these people and throw them in these new private prisons that we can get paid for. And by we, I'm talking about the elite and the rich. The people who can pay for those prisons and own them were the ones pushing those bills for
the drugs.
The war on drugs.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe it, just look up prison stock owners.
Walmart.
Just look it up.
Walmart.
Hey.
I'm still gonna go. Okay. I'm kidding.
Allegedly.
Fuck the boycott and shit. No, I'm kidding.
That brings us to our next topic.
Wait.
It really does because the war on drugs.
Private prisons.
Legalize all drugs. Prisons will become all.
But they're closing Rikers Island.
What?
By 2026.
Not Rikers. And so many good movies out of there.
They're building 4 smaller jails.
Instead of making it something positive. What the fuck?
So they're closing down the big jail to make 4 small jails.
Because they're saying...
Is that a Superman?
They're saying that...
No,
it's probably a maximum security.
They're saying that Rikers Island has such
Pelican
like
was
a
super
notorious legacy in a sense. Like everything happens at Rikers. It's so bad. It's so dangerous. So if they do,
This is true.
hold on. So they're saying, from what I read,
Yeah.
they're saying that if they close Rikers Island, they still need a place to put prisoners who are in Rikers Island. So they made 4 smaller ones so that they can get more like one-on-ones, like smaller prisons. So there's gonna be more guards per.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my
So,
cricket?
okay, instead of closing down Rikers, why don't we just figure out a way to like reduce the recidivism rate?
The what?
Or
the what? The what? What was that word? What was the word?
Recidivism.
Recidivism?
Which is basically
revisiting.
No, when a prisoner gets out.
What was that word?
Recidivism.
Thanks, man.
Resolution.
A tendency of a convicted crime to reoffend.
A
criminal. Oh God, I've been drinking.
So a person who goes to jail, gets out, is extremely likely to commit a crime and go right back to jail.
Because that's all they know.
So why don't
they
we
don't have
Australia them?
Once upon a time, you could go to jail, get an education, come out as a high school or college student, and get a job
for free.
Yeah.
No, you fucking went to jail.
Yeah,
not
free.
Bitch, no. Hold on.
And don't do that.
Listen,
because that's how they. That's how they.
Hold on. So nope. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it loud and motherfucking proud, because whatever the fuck you did, you ended up in jail somehow. Okay, you ended up in jail somehow. You don't see me catching a case so I can get a free education.
That's your own decision.
Dude, that's
your own decision.
Okay,
hold on, no.
You're dumb.
So basically,
Stupid.
what you're telling me.
Okay.
Let her go. Hold on. No. Let her go.
So you have, for example, you have a bad kid. If your kid does something bad, you gonna give him a piece of candy?
Depends what it was.
You punch this little boy in the face for no fucking reason.
No, I teach him how to deal with the attitude he had that made him punch that kid in the face.
Candy.
That's not a free education. He got in trouble, and now he had to pay for his actions.
Okay.
And I'm teaching him how to avoid getting in trouble again. So when you say the same thing they always say, oh, they're making an education
Who's they?
my taxes.
Who's they?
That's what they teach you.
Who's
to
they?
Say. Everybody.
The majority?
No, it's not the majority.
Who's they?
It's the people who aren't affected by having someone usually going back to jail, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to teach,
so you agree?
I say we do teach them how not to go back to jail.
But you agree with the free education piece?
Yes.
You agree with them getting a college education for free? It is free.
Free, like they're not paying it themselves.
They don't have any out-of-pocket expenses.
Okay,
that's literally what.
But most of the time, their college education is a trade.
But they still have something for free.
Hold on. I also agree with the point that they should come out with a skill of or trade.
Hold on.
Let her. I don't like when you yell like that, man.
Because I have to.
No, I was talking to... See, you bitch. I was talking to him. She was mad quick. I have to. Y'all don't listen.
I agree with this. The point that there needs to be some sort of rehabilitation for
free
for prisoners.
So they're getting that for free too.
Yes, but mental health stuff is important.
Not all of them are there for mental health.
But I'm saying they still need to be rehabilitated. The fact that a lot of people to make a fucking living need to go thousands and thousands of dollars into debt.
Did I whisper mine loud?
Yeah, everybody heard. That's fine. For you to do a crime and then get that same exact education that I had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for is not fair. It's not fair.
Rick Ross
what kind of education?
Rick Ross.
A lawyer?
Became a lawyer in jail. He passed the bar exam, bro.
For real?
For the shit that he learned in jail.
Wait, wasn't Rick Ross a corrections officer?
No, not that Rick Ross. Real Rick Ross.
Oh yeah.
Rick Ross.
There's two Rick Ross.
There's a
Rick Ross named himself after this real.
The one that was really.
Was he a mob boss?
No, he was just a tennis player that got cocaine. He used to sell crack cocaine in the hood, and the CIA was bringing it to him. Through
was that the answer? Was that your answer? Let Corey give her the answer. Hold on, he has the answer.
The answer is I don't remember what country did it, but remember how like Australia became?
Oh yeah.
So what you would do is you build like I don't want to say like I don't know what the name is, but
It's
think
kind
like
of
Spencer Greens.
a complex.
Think like complexes, but you built like 4 of them, but that are rehab centers. You know what I mean? So now you have an island of rehab centers. You have a mental health one. You have one for like those high felons. You got one for I guess you.
I'm just tired of the motherfuckers that ain't getting out. Why we keeping them around?
And then that's what I say. Your execution chamber.
Damn, that went dark.
To me, the issue.
You said 4. What's the 4th?
To me,
you said 4.
To me, the issue.
Oh yeah, that's what they're making.
To me, it sounds to me like the issue isn't the fact that the prisoners are getting educated. It's how much you have to pay to get your education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So instead of punishing the prisoner and making sure that they're already being punished.
But they fucked up.
They are.
So they're being punished because they made a mistake.
Yes.
Yo, so next time one of us put Kaylee in the corner, she gets a juice box too.
No, she gets to read.
Yes.
Wait, so what we do is make sure that they don't have to go back to jail, right?
Yes.
So give them an education. The colleges that are overcharging people need to be addressed. That's a different conversation altogether.
Or colleges.
Yes, but the fact of the matter right now, as of right fucking now, there are people that are paying a lot of money to get the same education that a criminal is getting for free. Regardless.
Well, time out. The criminal.
All right, fine. Solve the problem.
Time out.
I'm
No,
saying
I want to correct her real quick. I don't want you to think that there's scholars and teachers going into these prisons teaching them like that.
No, I know
they're reading
trades and stuff.
They're getting trades, but you got to realize they're doing a lot of the work too, reading books and stuff.
Yeah,
also,
they used to be able to. They took the books out too.
So I don't know how they're getting this information no more. So I'm gonna shut
They're
up.
not. That's why the recidivism is so high.
Yo, we don't chat. You don't chat while you in school.
You're right. They used to be able to read and go to a library. They're taking all that stuff out, so these people are going to
I'm not gonna lie, check out my man's fucking shirt though. That shit's on point today. He's looking good.
These people are going into jail, not learning any way to change what caused them to go to jail.
Yeah.
And when they come out, the only skill they
Cheers,
have,
pendeja.
the only skill that they have
What are you drinking?
is
Water?
Yeah.
what put them in jail in the first
Is that really
place.
water?
So not all of these people have mental illnesses. Some people are just hungry.
That's true.
Okay, what do you do?
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
You have rehab them with what? There's nothing for them to be rehab. They were hungry. They didn't have a skill. They didn't have a talent. They were watching their mom try to put food on the table and decided, I'm in high school. I can't get a job yet, but I can sling dope. Now I'm in jail.
Hold on.
I can't go to school now. What college is gonna take a prison?
You don't gotta go to college.
How old?
What college is
You don't gotta go to college.
Okay, fine. What
You
job
can go get it. There's plenty. You can go get a GED.
like a felon?
You can get a GED and go get a good job. There's people that are working in offices that have felonies.
Yes, but it's limited now.
No, it's more open than ever. I think I would say it's more open. I'll tell you right now. The hotel industry itself will take you if you have a felony.
Yeah, okay.
But it just has to be like on paper and shit, like that's
like,
what it is.
It's almost to the point
you can't catch one.
No, not while you're working. No.
Felonies like race. You can't. You know what I mean? It's almost to the point where you
got a felony.
Yeah.
How many? 3.
You can't. It's almost like you can't say, because you're a felon, you can't work here. It's almost like that.
I'm just saying.
No. There's options. Like
okay,
I'm with you though. Hold on.
Okay. Cool.
Before, but let's not pretend like before he's not right. That a lot of times there's like diners and things like that they can only get after they get out. But it definitely has opened up a lot more where these guys can get. I don't say respectful, but they can get jobs that can help them better themselves. Yeah. Secretarial work, cook. They could be chefs. They can do
crazy ass construction jobs.
Do you think it matters why they're in jail?
Oh yeah.
So if you're in jail for life, you're not getting a free trade. You're not getting free education.
So
go mom.
Can I just backtrack real quick on what he said? That kind of like it bothers me and it always will.
Yeah. The food thing.
Why is he numb? What I will say is prisoners get 3 square meals a day, right? Prisoners do get some sort of an education that they can walk out with. I think that should happen. I think you should get a trait of some sort so that when you do get back into society, I think they should do a better job helping these guys get jobs too. Yeah. But because the whole point of prison is, okay, you messed up.
Do your time.
Come do your time. We're gonna rehabilitate you.
Unless you're a cop.
Yeah, we should help rehabilitate you.
Wait, what do you mean unless you're a cop? I was.
And get you back on a sense where you are able to get back into society and function. I don't say properly, but function in society, right? I should have just said function properly, because fuck whoever gets emotional or feels soft about it. But so you can go back into reality and in society and function properly and be a functioning member of society, right? So I agree to the point that they should be able to get a trade. I also feel what you're saying with the whole.
It's not a college education they get.
It's not a
trade.
time out.
That's what
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, it is still a free thing that helps you go and get a job that maybe someone who went and did it at school is gonna try and get. Because these guys can get out and go and try and get a construction job, where someone might have went to a trade school to get a construction job and is having a hard time finding it.
Had to do freaking
2 years
how many
or whatever.
hours of what is it called?
900 hours,
and
1,000
because
hours.
of his probation.
What is it? Like not an
The
externship,
apprentice.
but apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But-
because of the prisoner or the criminal person that's getting out of jail's
probation
connections, you have
They
to
have,
get a job.
yeah, but they have connections too.
They
So
not your
here's the
connection.
thing, though. Like, I agree with James that they are serving their time, but I will say they are there because they fucked up.
Absolutely.
So I can't justify.
But because they're doing their time, that's their punishment for fucking up.
Yeah.
So you
I
punish
agree on
them
that.
more.
No. Punishment is punishment. There's no.
No.
If you are if you are being punished, you cannot say you are punishing them more if they still are in the act of being punished.
Time out. No, because when they're done being punished, right? Let's say they had 10
That's
years.
after the fact.
Let's say they have 10 years, right? When they come out, they still have that stigma. There's still limitations.
Okay,
on it.
so when
the world doesn't forget that they did the crime, or forgive them for it.
they come out, there should be programs that they can learn a trade.
So
learn
what happens in the 10
there,
years
it
while they're
shouldn't
in
be it shouldn't be while they're serving their time.
I understand
Because
that.
I'm sorry, but
Time out. While they're serving the time, they should have the
Well,
option of maybe
yes.
learning a trait. Because
Yes.
to
What
get
are they
out,
supposed to
you
do?
need to be able to do something.
What are you supposed to do for 10 years? Just get sprayed down by water
Or
hoses?
you just gotta be slinging dough again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
They don't come
There has
out
to
with an
be some
education.
form of-
That's what you're saying. They don't come out with an education.
Yeah.
I'd much rather them come out to be smarter
So
than
how do
when they went in.
How do they even figure out
Instead
how to
of calling
find
it
these
prison,
things?
why don't we call it like rehabilitation?
A
There should be,
rehabilitation
like,
center.
Yeah.
But there
What
should
were
be
you going with?
there should be a
Rehabilitation, my
step.
bad.
I'm gonna play that back and make a soundbite out
I
of
said,
it. That's gonna be our opener from now on. Good.
yeah,
But there should be like a step, like you have in non-violent offenders. So you have people that he whispers so loud. You have these non-violent offenders who felt that they had to do what they had to do for their family or whatever, right?
Okay.
There should be you do
That's shit.
you do
That's
5
not even on the camera, bro.
You do 5, whatever. If you do your time, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15, there should be a place that you can go that could be like what Corey was saying, like a house where you have mates. You start learning responsibility. You learn how to do your laundry. You learn how to cook. You learn all that shit. Then you get released, and then you have all the fucking resources that you need. At that point, you can go ahead and go to night school or go pick up a trade or whatever. But there should be like the guidance counselors or something in a sense that are
That's what
teaching
you have
them that
your
shit.
probation officer and stuff should be doing.
But the probation officers are.
Time out. But that's the problem. When we do that, we're justifying that they don't do their jobs that they should, or how they should do it.
That's like DCF.
I think that
Same thing though. We're just justifying it. Just like, hey, it's just whoever.
But these are jobs that people have that.
Tell them, get them, Corey.
That aren't even. Oh, let me get my gaming face on. These are jobs that people have that aren't even made with standards. They're just supposed to do what they're supposed to do and not even know what they're doing.
What?
Yeah, do to do.
So, for example, the probation officer, you tell them to do. Oh, yeah, they know that the person that they're probating.
Oh, I ate something.
Well, you put words together, but that wasn't a sentence.
I know. I was trying to I was doing my math face.
It worked, bro.
So probation officers,
got me hyped.
They probate, I guess.
They provide probation.
Hey, got your hair in it.
So
tie it up.
And they're like,
Tickle
okay,
me.
if your person has to have a job, your person has to have this, your person has to have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be their job. That should be the person in prison. That should be the person that rehabs them in prison's job that makes sure when they get out, they already have a job, they already have a house, they already have
Isn't a person in prison to rehab them?
This is the problem.
Rehabilitate.
What
the fuck? Why would you do that?
Can I touch it?
That is the problem. There's the problem. There's
Stop,
no
man! Tie your hair up.
There's no person in jail to do that, right? So now the probation officer has this person that has no idea and how to do that because there's nobody helping him.
I think I need a minute. I'm not okay.
Sensory experience.
It tickles me
That's
too
like
much.
that's like you have a right to a lawyer, right?
You can't afford a good one.
You can't afford one.
They give you a lawyer.
They appoint you a list of lawyers. They don't give you a lawyer.
Do you know how that lawyer thing
one
works?
His other one.
So they usually give you. They usually give when you go for a state appointed lawyer. They usually give you a lawyer fresh out of law school.
Yeah.
Who has like 20 cases.
That shit ain't heavy. I'm sorry, guys.
They don't. They usually don't even remember who you are.
Yeah.
Because they have 20 other people to remember. Like the state appointed lawyer. Yeah. Okay. I have a state appointed lawyer.
What's your name again? Let me grab your case real quick and read
Yeah. Oh, I think I left it in my other folder.
It's in my car.
It's like what? But I'm like, bro, you just came here to come talk about my case. Why ain't my folder the one you brought in here?
You got it in the right room. How you didn't get the?
Oh, I'm here all day. I just brought them all in.
I got 3 cases here.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's so fucked up.
Actually, your celly is one of my freaking people.
So what I will say though about the food system thing, I have a hard time with that because we have homeless, struggling people on the streets that didn't do anything wrong. We have homeless veterans on the street that didn't do nothing wrong. We have kids in school who are expected to be in school for 8+ hours a day and perform at a standardized test level, right? But at lunchtime, if their parents didn't send them the lunch money or whatever, or can't pay the lunch money, some of these kids get a fucking cheese sandwich.
If
like,
that, they're not,
if
they're not
that.
even
If I
doing.
remember correctly,
A
what
lot
I said
of-
whether they were hungry. I said they were watching their mom try to put money.
But I'm
food.
saying
No.
a lot of.
I'm saying with the prison food thing, they get 3 square meals.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have an issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what no one
For
says.
free.
These motherfuckers that committed a crime and knew what they was doing or did something wrong. Why are you getting 3 square meals?
You have people in. So take away the.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't feed them. I'm just saying
take away.
these motherfuckers should be getting the cheese sandwiches.
Take away
breakfast.
But hold on. Take away
Breakfast
the
is maybe a snack.
Take away the non-violent offenders at least, right?
Why?
I'm saying
You still committed a crime.
But
We don't segregate. Everyone's treated the same.
Go ahead.
You have
She's a
pedophiles,
little dance.
murderers. You have like drug traffickers, human traffickers, like all that shit in there. How the fuck am I gonna look this kid in the face and say, "You don't get to eat lunch today," but the pedophile that just
give a number. Just give a number like, yo, inmate 57441.
You know what? I agree with Brianna. Don't feed the pedophiles.
But hold on.
Just the
the
pedophiles.
pedophiles should die. Honestly,
You know,
but
you
whatever.
talk about the food thing.
Yeah.
I just had to look this up again because I want to make sure that I was reading it right. So, San Diego is pushing.
Hold on. These shots.
It's fine.
Yeah, they've been sitting for too long.
It's fine.
Bring your little bitch ass.
Don't let me forget. San Diego.
San Diego. California.
Just starving pedophiles.
I'm not
I'm not
Killing
taking.
pedophiles.
Oh my god. Well, whatever, guys.
I just smelt mine. Next one. No, get it.
All right. So San Diego is pushing to crack down on the homeless. They're arresting the homeless.
But then you have homeless people that will purposely steal or like
To
do
get
some
arrested
shit.
so they can have
especially in wintertime,
Right.
so that they have a bed to sleep in and they have meals.
Right. So, but now that's different than the homeless man that's just sleeping under the bridge, and then you arrest him because he's not in a house.
Mm-hmm.
Give him somewhere to sleep then.
That's the thing that's happening.
Yeah, like it's bullshit.
Some places are trying
That's
to build
bullshit, man.
like temporary housing for the homeless.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but don't just make it.
And yes, it's coming out of our taxes.
But
And
here's
I'm
the
absolutely
problem.
okay with it.
Here's the problem that I'm having
we
with
need
shit
more.
like that. When I'm having with shit like that, you make a temporary house, right?
Oh, this
And you help them.
You gonna be
You
late?
help them get
How long is it gonna take? An
out
hour?
the house so they have their own house
48
and shit.
minutes.
But you're not giving them. You're not giving them the tools or people to make sure that
You should.
after that after the fact that they're in. You know what I mean? That they're maintaining.
We should.
Yeah,
we should give,
it's the maintaining part that we don't
like
care
an
about.
education or a trade or something,
Yeah,
so they can maintain.
It's the maintaining the individuals that I feel like we feel like. It's even like even at the all four of us, we graduated, right? Don't you feel like the government should incentivize us for you graduated, you did 12 years.
Yep.
You guys
There should
did
be
12
there should
years
be more.
and
There
got a
should
diploma.
I agree.
They should pay
You
me.
should get way more than
Well,
just all right, you're on your own now.
Go to college if you
Yeah,
want.
like, but then at the college, you're on your own now.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of
That's
you're just on your own. Like, but then if you break the law on something, it's almost like you're getting gifted.
Yeah.
Yo, Kaylee got Baby Shark cereal. Go ahead. Carry
That
on.
was awesome.
Do you guys?
You tried it?
No, I looked at it. I saw it.
Do you guys know how to do laundry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who taught you that?
My mom.
My Maja.
She also taught me how to cook because
Your mom's? How many you got?
7 of them. She was like,
Oh,
yo,
he's
you ain't
a
gonna.
way
Okay, cool.
There was all at one time.
Who
it's
here
like,
knows
yo,
how to balance a checkbook?
I-
Who taught you that?
Myself.
Myself.
But you went to trade school.
I learned on the fly, dog.
I didn't learn that in
Do
school.
y'all know how to do taxes?
Hold on. Wait, let me ask a question. Brianna.
Yes.
Who do you feel is better at balancing and managing money between you and I?
Me.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
I just don't have access, and I trust him. He's good. I don't want to take it away from him, but I got that.
Okay.
You think you're better?
Who here knows how to schedule?
All right.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
Hold
No,
on. No,
you're
no.
getting everything.
Yo,
You're getting everything now.
Oh,
Hold
yeah?
on. Wait.
Who
No.
knows?
I don't know how to go in the store and only buy what I need to buy.
Question.
There, I said it.
Brianna,
I can count it. I can't manage it.
I can't ask another question, and I'll give you the retort. Ready? Go.
Ask us mad questions. Go.
Ask you mad questions.
Yeah, wild ass questions.
Okay, so
Wild ass questions.
Now, so the basic
Okay,
like
so
laundry.
you know
I'm
how to do
talking about
laundry.
loud.
You all know how to cook.
Yeah.
What you know how to cook? Because I'm not talking about ramen.
Cereal,
Nah,
nigga.
nah.
Cereal.
Nah. Man,
Cereal. Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
I just cooked my
That's
clients
cooking.
So,
It'll ask
so
fluffy
everyone
nutter.
here knows how to cook, right? The next question would be, who
Hold on.
Who taught you?
That's
Your
not
mom.
funny. That's not funny.
Your mother.
He looked at me and said, "Everybody know how to cook, right, Derek?"
Derek taught y'all how to cook.
Derek, no.
No.
He's like, "Derek, you know how to cook?"
Yo, listen, I be at work, and my client's like, "Damn, Cole, you know how to throw it down." No, I don't.
I learned from both parents.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. My dad.
Dishes.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on. Let's
my
make
turn.
time out.
My
All right.
turn.
Oh, go ahead.
Who taught you how to schedule an appointment? And who here can schedule an appointment?
I can, and I learned on my own again.
On your
And,
own.
you
right?
don't.
No, time out.
I can. I said.
But you don't.
But see,
You do it?
Being able to and doing are two different things.
But I don't know if you can because you haven't.
Are you sure?
Where?
I haven't made appointments.
Okay. You're a physical one time 7 years ago.
You're talking doctor and dental or whatever, but I'm saying like other shit like cars and things like that. I've made appointments.
With your dad.
You have a baby shower?
So,
That's still an appointment, bitch.
Baby shower?
so Brianna,
Yes.
I just wanted to show you the basics that you're talking about.
Huh?
What? Say it.
Baby
Say
shower?
It. Baby shower? What
You
about
need
it?
help?
Yeah, ask me all the shit. What day you think we should do it? What?
Did he? So he's making an appointment?
He said, I bet you he's like,
He was
Not
talking
only
to me.
not only can I make and schedule an appointment, but I can also create an appointment for other people to have to make with me, bitch.
Oh, you can?
Go ahead, James. Next question.
James
So-
Michael.
Next question.
So what I was trying to show you, right, is
Oh,
you're
you're done
having
with
a
the questions?
different conversation with yourself. We are talking about the basic life skills, right,
Mhm.
that anyone can learn from anything,
Yeah.
Anything, yeah.
right? Cooking, right? Laundry. Those
Yeah.
are easy things. What I'm talking about, which they won't teach us,
How much is
is
it?
life skills.
Oh.
Which are
But is that
Banking.
not a life
So
skill?
if I can't, if
Of
I
course
don't
they
know,
are.
if I don't know how to, yeah.
laundry,
But
food,
you could pick laundry and
sex,
food up on just by
no,
watching people.
sex, no.
Balancing
Sex,
your
yeah.
money,
Yep.
Fucking and drugs
Make
is
sure
not
you
part of
don't
life skills. Apparently.
need money,
Yep.
Yep.
right?
Apparently.
So how do I make sure I don't go
How
broke?
do you?
being broke?
How did you learn to pay a
But
bill?
rock and rollers.
I had,
What about Taco
for me,
Tuesday?
That's a life skill.
I went back on my education of math and and basics. If you go to jail, you usually don't have that. You don't have anyone to teach you math.
Unless you was doing drugs, right?
You have to
Okay,
I
so
know what an eighth is, nigga. Let her go.
What about
They be
the
good at fractions
criminals?
and weight, bro. I
But
don't wanna hear
wait,
shit.
what about the criminals that go to jail with a high school education?
Oh,
It's
or-
the same.
but- Hold
but
on, hold
those,
on.
No, but those weren't.
Or those motherfuckers that was doing fraud, all those motherfuckers that were on Wall Street.
Woo woo.
They're
Those
not-
white was it
I
white or
guarantee-
blue collar?
I promise you.
Blue collar is what?
Blue is Blue is money.
No, blue collars the ones where
The workers.
no, right. White collar.
White collar, the guys who are behind desks.
Yeah, the ones that don't hurt.
All right, go ahead,
Right.
go ahead.
Blue collars just.
Blue collars like the farmers and shit like that.
We're blue collars.
Or
Just
us.
The average people.
White
who don't
collar
do
is
that.
like suit and tie.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, your collar is actually
I
yellow.
get
Yeah,
dirty.
white collar
Black.
is suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I promise you, the people who are committing fraud
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it up.
aren't
I'm
looking
gonna
for an
leave it
education.
on. I don't know the words.
No. I know.
They're not relying on an education.
Um,
I'm talking about those people who aren't educated. The ones who, when they go out, only can rely on.
What
the
are you
skill that
doing?
Put them in there.
weirdo.
I don't care about the people who are smart enough.
But then that gives it to everybody.
It does give everybody access.
All right.
I promise you, not everybody's going for it.
All right, so people got to leave soon, so let's try and get through a couple of these more things. Cuba Gooding Jr. Go.
It's my fault, guys. Sorry.
Go ahead, Brianna.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuban
Yeah.
Gooding Jr. is
It's-
a
Okay, so
raper.
so he got arrested.
Yo, hold on. I got a question.
Allegedly.
Before we start with the
Oh wait, he likes people peeing in his mouth.
Hold on, because
I thought he peed in their mouth.
No,
He
he
likes-
wanted her. Oh wait, we'll get to it.
He
we'll get to it. Yes, wait.
Yo, he freaky. He freaky.
All right, go for it.
What
Go
the
for it.
fuck?
All right,
All right.
Corey, go.
All right, we gotta start with
my-
because we did the whole
Was it the
Geiger
warmth?
and the other.
What do you
cop thing.
think? What do you think did it for him? It was warm.
He liked the taste of alkaline.
So
Ah,
He liked that.
So-
I
Bill
like the ones with
metallic
milk
taste.
and
All
Bill
right,
Cosby
let
got
him go.
what?
Stop talking.
Bill
Good.
Cosby got what?
Bill
Damn.
Cosby go
He
what?
technically
Technically, he got
life
life.
sentence.
Harvey
Technically.
Weinstein got what?
Nothing.
I don't know. Did he get charged yet?
Nothing.
Matt Lauer got what?
It's still pending.
No, Corey.
Weinstein didn't get
Some
in.
of
Who
these
was
people
in
aren't
shit?
charged
Bill
yet.
Cosby.
Are you sure?
Yes. I don't think Weinstein's charged. I don't
He's
think
not.
Lauer's charged.
Weinstein got off so far. Of everything.
Yeah,
So far, he's
Weinstein
got
sounds
off.
like he's getting off of this shit,
What
bro.
the fuck?
You know who else got off?
Who?
Amber Geiger. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
no,
shit.
No, she's good with time.
Damn.
The actor, the dude who was with the
Crazy.
boy,
Hmm?
the guy,
Oh,
Kevin
yes,
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
But they said that it was different circumstances. But you still trying to freak a young man.
What a good,
That
that's
didn't
a
wanna
different-
freak you.
That's a different
Wait,
circumstance.
He didn't want to freak you.
Young man.
Guys, I
Wasn't
can't
it different
type.
because they were actually in a relationship? Is that why
They weren't in a
different?
relationship.
Yeah, but yo, if you
They
yo,
weren't in a
James,
Oh, he was in a
James,
bar.
if you're in a
wasn't
It
relationship,
was at a bar,
if
at a
you're in
party at the end,
relationship-
after a party was
No,
done.
it was in a bar. That's right.
I get James.
Let's. All right, hold on. We're over talking each other too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna just sound like trash on there.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go one at a time.
We don't make trash.
Corey, go.
All right.
Damn,
So-
you're the wrong person.
So we get the point of the whole.
I want
like,
pizza.
One man got time. So far, we got
I want,
3 people who
I,
got off.
I want Jesus chicken.
Who's the guy that? Dancing dude, buff dude, Terry Crews accused.
Fuck that. He said that. That was that.
Listen, Corey, I don't remember who he accused. I believe him. It's
Yeah,
Terry fucking Crews.
Did he get off? Like, oh.
Wow, yeah, he got off.
I
He
would
definitely
just
got
go-
off.
No,
Wait,
no.
Terry Crews got off?
No, the guy.
No, the guy got off on
Corey,
Terry
I will
Crews,
not
our
acknowledge
officer.
That joke you just gave me was too easy.
I did it. Yes, he did get off.
Twice.
Super Ren. I'll say it after.
Okay, so now let's get.
Can
to,
we
let's
just talk
get
about
to
Cuba?
Cuba?
Yeah.
Say it right,
Is
bitch.
it Cuba?
It's
Cuba.
Cuba.
Cuba. How do you
Cuba
say?
good, that's what
how
he
do you,
said.
Is it country?
He just said Cuba good. He said Cuba
People
good.
from Cuba, I'm pretty
How do you
sure.
Corey,
country?
how do you say the
I'm
country?
pretty sure the people from Cuba say Cuba.
Cuba.
I'm not saying it.
Cuba. They
Cuba.
say
Cuba.
They'd be like, I'm Cubano.
Cuba.
Cubano.
Cool.
They do, don't they?
Cubano. Cubano.
All right, go ahead. Yo, you be getting bitches?
Yours.
You better watch your goddamn mouth,
Yo, you're not
Corey.
his bitch. His baby
I
mama.
am the bitch. I am the only bitch.
You really just blew my spot like that, nigga?
Corey's crossing
For the
lines.
record, I'm the mother of his child. I'm not his baby mama.
Whatever.
There's a difference.
We
She
have
said-
not gone
did
to
she
court
say
for
mom?
custody.
Time
Did
out.
she say mom?
Time
Did
to
she say
fuck.
mama?
Time to fuck out. I gotta take a shot on this.
Did she say mama?
Time out.
Baby
Like
mother.
a baby?
Time out.
There's a stigma.
The
to this.
mother. There is a heavy
There is.
stigma.
I know. That's why. That's
So are we going through
Corey's
it or just
about
leave
to
it
get
alone?
shot.
No, go through it.
All
Go
right.
through it.
Nah, leave it alone. It has nothing to do with the conversation
we
we're
can
having.
bring,
Some
we can
people
talk
don't
about it
know
next
this.
It'll
week.
be another time.
We can talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll write it.
Corey, can you talk about Cuba Gooding Jr., please?
Cuba.
All right. So it's up to like 12, 14 accusers. Yes. I thought it was 8, but today I found out that it was in the double digits.
Yo, what? Time out.
Pause. Time out.
Brandon, what the fuck you drink?
When he got
You had a
arrested,
drink. You can't
there was
remember.
only 2.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
It's now up to like 14 people.
That's not an excuse.
In a week?
Okay, if you want to call it a week. I thought
No,
it was
it was
2.
a week. We
I
had
thought
the
it was
training
2.
last week.
But they said that
I gotta run to the bathroom.
he wanted the girl to sit on his face.
Sorry to
But
cut
before
this
he-
off.
Last week when he got arrested,
I don't want to
there was 2.
And now he got
Now it's
14.
double digits.
12, 14 motherfuckers.
Did you guys do this?
No.
Yes, we did a little bit
No.
at the beginning.
He just touched it. He didn't do it. He just touched it.
All right, we'll just leave it. All right, go ahead.
Sometimes all you have to do is touch it.
Sometimes.
You easy.
I'm talking about the conversation. What are you talking about, nasty? Ain't nothing about me
Alright,
easy. You've met me. I'm difficult.
Not what I heard. I heard you give up quick.
Brianna, what was that?
I never give up.
Do you have the article about the whole sitting down and peeing thing?
So.
I think that was the 12th accuser. There's 2 more that just came
So
out.
I'm looking, but I can't see.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that was the 12th.
I'm not saying he did it,
Junior.
but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, 14. One of them got to be telling the truth.
Harvey Weinstein had people accusing him from 20 years ago. I don't.
So
I know there's not a number.
So the Harvey Weinstein
but that's
thing.
years.
The Harvey Weinstein thing kind of pisses me off.
14
because
women.
Do you know the
And
chick?
this all started because of the video in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the chick?
Wow.
That
alright,
he pleaded not guilty.
So you know the show Charmed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th sister.
The one that came after all of them.
She's been accusing Harvey Weinstein for decades. Nobody believed her. Like, well, nobody acknowledged her, but people knew. That's what I should say. And now this Harvey Weinstein thing comes out, and she's like, I've been telling you this for fucking decades.
Wow.
Like, these victims could have been prevented.
Yeah.
Like, all you had to do was listen to me. And it's like, damn, like.
He said, Cuba Gooding Jr. said that he trusts the system and he feels he'll be exonerated.
And like the Cuba Gooding Jr. thing, I'm not too sure about. I haven't done too much research on it. But the Harvey Weinstein thing, kind of like, I take personally because I like Quentin Tarantino, and they were connected. So Uma Thurman.
That's what scares me about
Uma
Quentin
Thurman
Tarantino.
apparently rejected Harvey Weinstein and got hurt during Kill Bill 2 or 1, and because of that, like because of the fact that she rejected like Weinstein, like from what I hear, the reason she got hurt like was connected. Like they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
So same thing.
Allegedly,
same thing.
they
in Kill
didn't
Bill
do
3.
They didn't do due diligence.
She lost her finger, and
there's no Kill Bill 3.
That's why, because she lost her finger in a stunt that they was doing.
Yeah, that's the injury. I'm pretty sure that's the injury she was talking about.
I thought you said
but it was behind like what Weinstein was like. Don't hire this girl. He's like tanked women's careers because like they wouldn't sleep with him.
Yeah.
Like I think her name is Rose. I'm sorry for putting her name out there, but the girl from Charmed. Listen,
sorry guys.
Listen.
Look at this shit.
The girl from Charmed, her career kind of like.
Those horses said not today.
Her career kind of tanked, and it turns out it's not because of her. It's because Weinstein like uses influence.
That's all fucked up.
Yeah,
that happens a lot.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know how much that's what I always talk about. Like when I talk about political influence and how it scares me. Like one of the reasons why I never like really applied for like other jobs is because like and I mean in our job was because of political influence. You know what I mean? Like I don't kiss ass. That's one thing I won't do. So people at my job, they know like the upper management. They know if I don't like them, if I like them.
I don't know if you got kiss ass. Someone very close to us just got a promotion without. But it's not their personality at all.
But he can, if he needs to, he can.
You don't think he did at all?
But that's my point. If he needs to, he can.
No, I don't think he did at all.
So and
I feel like for any position you need a little ass kiss.
Yeah, that's my point.
Kissing.
That's my point. I don't want to. I don't want to bend down. I don't want to bend down and kiss anybody's ass. So
you have to a little bit though.
So that's my problem. That's my thing. Even with keeping my job, I feel like I do that. Like I might do a little bit of ass kissing. Like I'm not.
Brianna, you
I'm
kiss
not
ass?
I'm not time.
I
I'm
kiss
not time
Derek's ass.
etiquette, I guess you would say. I don't have like time etiquette. Like I'm late. But I'm usually like in my grace period. But I'm usually late. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should expect that from me. No, my bad. All right, I was late. But now I figured out one of the reasons why I'm late is because the fucking crossing guard at the Store 24 in Revere. You guys know where I'm talking about before the Revere Beach. He's pressing the light and makes the light turn red when there's not even people crossing.
That's only in the morning. Fuck you. That's bullshit.
Nah, bro. He does it after school when I have to go to work.
Go look at me.
So, I don't know what the fuck you're...
I'm mind my dad business.
Like,
Finish the topic. Why
yeah,
you
so-
something?
So maybe you should leave earlier than Corey. You're a fucking adult.
I get what I get what you're saying, but now what I'm trying to do now is accumulate my time to that. So even when I leave, like 15 minutes before I leave, I'm still getting to work late. It's like even if I accumulate the traffic, I still get caught in traffic.
Yeah, leave early.
Nah, that's what I said.
Early.
Like, yeah, man.
I don't know.
Oh man, she hit that shit. Alright, let's squeeze.
Squeeze, go ahead, squeeze.
My nuts in your back. I don't hear nothing.
Put it on his back.
I'm not putting anything on his back.
Dak, you got little nuts.
Yeah, I got a little dick. What?
No, shh.
Fuck it. No, I'm never claiming big dick in my life. Never.
You're supposed to claim big.
Never.
No,
Nope.
you don't.
I seen
Nope.
shoulders come out of a vagina. Fuck that shit. No. Shit's not true. I'm tired of you motherfuckers talking about you got a big dick. No, you don't. I seen shoulders come out of it. Your dick's probably smaller than the width of a baby's shoulders. Most likely.
That's a fair bet.
Fucking shit. I take that shit.
For most people.
I'll take that shit.
They got fucking
9.8 times out of 10 because yeah, they sometimes get the elephantitis or something. That should be like some throw it over your shoulder shit. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Ew.
And any bitch that want that,
No.
call me.
Not real.
Cause if they gonna take that, then my little shit, I get to do whatever the fuck I want to do in that fucking hole.
Oh my.
Let's change. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna talk about removing color in speech. Now, in this topic or whatever, mind my fucking business. Yeah, whatever.
What's going on here?
You know what? I really don't know where we should go with this. To be honest.
You're right. Go there.
No, I think we did talk on that. I mean, you guys can get your feelings on that. So we'll do removing color in speech real quick. Because I did earlier. I did touch on what I thought about it.
I think you did pretty good at it. I think I said some of what I feel. I think if you
Who did this?
I did.
I
Cause
think-
fuck you.
He said you're done.
Mind your business.
He's cutting you off. That was
Cutting me. I had one fucking
I'm
shot.
not cutting him off. I'm cutting myself off.
Go ahead.
I'm not taking a shot. I think you got to be very careful with color in general because sometimes it is racially motivated and sometimes it's not. And you got to go off of your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Not what the news is telling you. Not what somebody else is telling you. Even if they're your fucking friend.
We need another bottle of Ciroc.
If you
Go
don't
fund me.
think it's racially motivated, you got to stick with that. Because otherwise, it's someone else's agenda. And when you go with the race and someone else's agenda, it's too dangerous. Because we're not talking about like a TV show. We're talking about lives. These are people's lives.
I think that it is important to remove color from the narrative of any story because I think that's how we start the idea of becoming more human and stop worrying about the color of anybody's skin and start looking at people as human.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to bounce off of you on that
Okay.
because you, out of a lot of people I know, are I would say the most racially like separated.
Yep.
You're
I
very us versus them kind of person.
Yeah, I can say that.
So
I can say
to
that.
hear you say,
No, I can
let's
say that.
separate
But-
race
but-
from a
but-
situation is kind of
It's different.
it's not normally.
Well, that's because
something you'd say.
lately I've been trying to separate myself from the whole us versus them thing. You know, like I've been watching this guy, and I feel like he's very he has a very dangerous rhetoric and how proud of being black he is.
Which there's nothing wrong with being proud of what you are.
There's
No,
problem with
But
being
but
pride.
to
Pride.
an extent.
when
When you go ahead.
sorry, when he talks about people being sellouts because they love a white woman, that's a problem.
Perfect.
That's a problem.
That's exactly what I want to bounce off of.
You can't tell me that any of my brothers are less black because they love a white woman.
Damn, yo, you just segued into like 2 fucking topics over there.
That shit made me want to fight, dog, because, yo, my brothers know that fucking bullet can hit them. That my brothers know they can get pulled over, and that's the end. It don't matter that they got a white girlfriend or a half black baby.
He almost said bitch. He had to correct himself.
Or a half
white. It don't matter they got a white bitch.
It don't matter. And yo, forgive me for saying this, but that's probably part of the reason why I have a hard time at even looking at a white girl, because it's so hard for me to erase that history. I have such a hard time with telling my brothers, yo, tell your girl to hook you up with her cousin or her friend, just because I know that most of the chances that they're gonna be a white person, and it's a dangerous line for me to cross because we got Emmett Tills.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Ask.
Okay. Are you attracted to black women?
No, but that's a reason why I can't explain. James, we talked about that the other day.
I'll just
so hold on.
It's a history thing.
If you're not attracted to black women at all, or
for the most part,
He'd fuck Beyonce.
I fuck Beyonce.
So where do you find yourself falling?
Spanish and Asian.
Spanish Asian.
Okay, so you have an itch, which is fine. Everybody has a right to their thing, but so.
I love me a Latina chick. Yeah.
So what's the difference between a Latina and a black woman?
They got the same attitude. Nothing.
That's a good question.
Nothing.
So why do you say you don't like them?
Because when they curse you out, you
hold on. Let him.
I can't give you that answer.
Is it a matter of color? Because we're talking about colorism, bitch.
No.
Is that what I did there?
Nah, it's
I went this way and then I fucking jumped back.
It's more of a personal thing with me. I just can't. I can't do it.
No.
I can't.
Like, so you'll smash him, but you won't date him? Would you date a black woman?
Probably. No, more than likely, yes. More than likely, yes. I would.
Could you date a white woman?
Yeah, I could. It's more so I can get over that.
The reason why I'm asking you these questions directly is because the way you just spoke was as if you couldn't. No, and I know personally it's not like that. But people who might watch this later, or are watching now,
and these aren't absolutes. My thing is you gotta understand when we talk about like the race issues and shit like that. Part of it's implanted. So right. I feel like
what's implanted?
Like you know, do you remember growing up and our father and our mother would be like certain things, they would say certain things. I'm not gonna say what.
No, actually, no. Fuck that. Say it.
It's implanted. You know?
With all disrespect, bitch.
Yo, don't bring no white woman here. Don't bring nobody here.
Nah. You want me to give you the conversation?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So someone we know, our dad. No, I was kidding. He was like, I don't care who you fuck. Bring home you bring home a black woman. You marry a black woman. Now us or me at that time, I was like,
that's implanted.
How old were you guys at the time?
I might have been 9.
No.
Older.
It was like maybe the first year we moved to Chelsea. So
No. I think it's later than that.
Nah.
Dad wasn't around when we first moved to Chelsea.
No. Okay,
so
all right. So let's give it 2. Let's add 2 years to it. We moved to Chelsea when I was 9.
No, he said it doesn't matter.
So 11. So all right, I was 11.
Oh, we don't mean it offensively at all. We're just being honest.
I was 11. That means Derek was 8.
Yes, something like that. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because remember when we first moved to Chelsea, Dad wasn't around. At first.
I was 9 when we moved to Chelsea.
Yeah. So he said to us as later, like I feel like it might have been a little leeway, so I might have been around like 9 or 10 at the time. But he did tell us, he sat us down, or kind of just threw it out there. He didn't even sit us down. He just said it aloud. Yeah. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
As a matter of fact.
He's like, listen, as a matter of fact, I don't care who you fuck. You marry a black girl. And I was like, as a rebel like I am, I was like, no. You ain't gonna tell me what to do.
See that?
No, I was like, no, Dad, no.
Yeah, we was all sitting there. We was all like,
I was like, fuck it. Fuck it, I ain't gonna get married. No,
I remember very distinctly when me and Dad had this argument.
We're talking about how our dad told us we can't marry white girls or anything.
In the castle room.
Actually, he said don't marry. He said, I ain't married.
Basically, goddamn.
I ain't married.
I'll tell you right now where we were.
Did he give you a ring?
Dirt. We were in the castle room.
Brianna,
Do
you
remember that?
Fucking stop playing. And Corey, shut the fuck up.
Because you were kind of.
We ain't married.
Remember that?
Yeah,
I do remember
the castle room.
That's-
I gotta ask Marcus.
Hold on.
That's when the argument happened.
Somebody said it's okay. I don't take no offense. I took a white woman home, and my dad was okay with it because I was her Uber driver.
First off, when you say took her home, what do you mean?
Got them
Dropped
treats.
You literally just dropped her off.
That's it. That's when he's
You
on
took
with.
her to her house. Is that what you mean by took her home?
Clever.
You sly devil, you.
But yeah, it was in the castle room.
So, but that's what I mean.
So-
It's implanted. Obviously, you can fight it,
Mm.
But it's culturally implanted.
it's implanted. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so when I say part of it, I feel like it's implanted.
Nah, we gotta
Maybe
wrap
it's
up.
part of that conversation. You know what I mean?
I
But
feel-
at the same time, he had that conversation.
He
due
said,
to
I
bad
dropped her off for
history.
$12.50.
There you
I
go.
feel that's a
How long was that ride? 7
I
minutes,
feel
bruh?
that conversation.
12.50 for 7-minute drive.
That
I hope you had a good conversation.
At least that implantation is a two-part thing. One is pride, and the second thing was safety. At one point, you would die for looking at a
Yeah.
white woman.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I hate to cut this off. We are gonna have to wrap up in like the next 5 minutes,
Cool.
max.
But
Hold on.
Let's close this
I
up.
will say this before we close off with a negative rhetoric of our father. Our dad grew and he learned. He did change,
man,
and he
he's
is
not even
for me
nothing
the
like what he was.
for me the biggest. When people say people can't change, that is the man or person I look
Absolutely
towards
has.
And he
that
loves
you can't change.
Everyone he
Now, hold on. He even told us like he had to learn to be a father and learn to be on whatever pedestal or platform that he is placed on in that mantle of a sort, and told us, I can't. He's like, because in the same breath of telling us we needed to marry a black woman, would tell us we need to love and respect everybody.
Yeah, he would tell us.
You know what I mean? So it was one of those things where you knew there was no ill will or malice behind it,
That's what he knew.
but it's what he knew.
Internally, there was
I guarantee you, it came from the generation
I mean,
before.
if you want a perfect proof, Brianna, have you ever once felt that he didn't accept you?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
He said, my dad also said to wrap it up, especially if you fucking with a white girl. Just kidding, just kidding. Good show, fellas.
Thanks, brother. We
I mean,
appreciate it.
regardless, you should wrap it up anyways, because there's a lot of dirty bitches out there.
Did you say irregardless?
I said regardless.
Thank God. Okay. Cool. Like I said,
Not gonna lie,
How did
that should feel better though.
dealing
No,
with,
I'm kidding.
but I want to ask you, Brianna, dealing with my father, like
Not early on. Early on, he just didn't. He didn't.
He just
that's all.
and it wasn't even like he was ignoring me. I think he literally just didn't know how to deal with
Anything.
anything.
Actually, no. You know what it is?
Have you been in the car when he argued with a white person?
He's like, "Hey, sir."
Fucking white bitch.
No.
No, well, I say fucking white bitch first, so I think
My dad would be like this. He'll pull up. "Hey, sir, that wasn't very nice back there. Watch it." No, he didn't. Yo, you remember that time that motherfucker yelled, "Suck your mother"?
no,
I died. I
still say it.
this is story time.
Oh,
Don't ruin it.
I'm not.
All right, yeah.
So, all right. You know what? I know we're kind of just cutting off, but we kind of have to do it right now.
Please
Please tune in next week.
I just
Like, share, get it out there, please. Subscribe. Good.
I just want to leave it at love who the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it doesn't matter if that person's willing to go through the dirt. Fuck it. It doesn't matter who they who they voted for
It ain't my
president.
pussy.
Love 'em.
Relax, killer.
Just love them.
Yeah, no. We
And
wanna,
accept the flaws. I don't know why people think
Why wouldn't you
have to
just
have someone
point
perfect.
we
I was putting
we
all
just
ways.
want to push positive vibes and have a good time and just enjoy your life, man. You don't know when this shit's gonna be up. It's a good ride, not a long one.
Yeah, just because you're being disrespectful can't mean you can't love.
So, I do want to say before
Fuck
we
you,
go,
James. I love you, man.
there is a new
love
thing
you
that
too.
I'm gonna be trying to do. For anybody who is interested to being on the podcast and stuff, I have gotten a lot of people reaching out, and I'm sorry if I didn't reach back. I will get to you as soon as I can.
Message me if anything.
But what we will be starting to do, and it'll be strictly and solely on YouTube, is that we'll be doing these things that are going to be called story time. And story time will be, it'll be a conversational based kind of thing, but it will be edited and it'll be probably like 2 to 5 minutes max, where we will be sitting there talking about some fun, wild kind of shit that we've seen or been through or we're a part of. And yeah, I'm looking excited. I'm excited to being the one to edit those videos and put them out and just see what you guys think about them. And I probably will be putting out one on the sooner side than later. And like I said, always we're open. To you guys reach out to us and help us. Just get this out there. So like I said, like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff. I'm sorry we had to cut today short. These people got some things they got to do, and
we only shot before we ended though.
Oh, true story. So this cheers will be to this podcast. James is a bitch.
Bitch ass.
Good night.
Woo.